By now, you should have a pretty good list of processes for getting the business. These are your sales and marketing processes. And you should have a pretty good list of processes for guiding the business, your processes for strategy and management. This week, we're going to be focusing on running the business. All of the processes that you have for finance, admin, HR, human resources, and IT. Prior to the meeting, I'd like to make sure that you have the right sub-functions or categories within this key function called running the business. So please log into your TouchStone account and select the 4 key functions button, and then select running the business. Now, this may be called something other than running the business in your TouchStone account. You may have renamed it to finance and admin. However, it will always be the 3rd button under the key functions tab. So go ahead and click on running the business or finance and admin, whatever it's called in your TouchStone account. If you have a fairly new TouchStone account, when you click on running the business, you're probably going to see what you're seeing here. You probably have an administration subfunction or admin subfunction. You probably have a financial or finance subfunction, and you might even have a human resources subfunction. We added this subfunction in meeting number 2, I believe. And so I'd like you to add one more. Come up here to the subfunctions menu item, select it, and click Create. Then type in IT, or you could put information technology or computer processes or whatever you want to put in there as the subfunction name, and then click Save, and you'll see the new subfunction listed right here. If you don't have a human resources category or subfunction, I'd like you to create that now too. So once again, come up here to the subfunctions menu item, select it, click Create, and add another subfunction called human resources. Now, you might argue that you don't have any processes for human resources in IT, and I would point out that you do. For example, you have processes for recruiting and hiring people. You have processes for firing people. And if you don't have processes for recruiting, hiring, and firing, well, you should have, and you certainly will have by the end of this meeting on Thursday. You also have processes for backing up your computers or updating software, and these are essentially IT-type processes. Now, if you've had your TouchStone account for some time, you might have more subfunctions in this section that I'm recommending, and that's completely okay. Your categories or subfunctions are there to assist you with understanding what are all of the processes in my business. You could do away with these categories altogether. You could simply have one subfunction that says all processes for running the business. And you will be seeing in one of the sessions coming up that all of these processes will be linked to roles in your organization, boxes on your org chart. When your employees log into TouchStone, they will see a complete list of all of the processes they need for that role. They don't have to hunt around in the 4 key functions to try to find their processes. These key functions and subfunctions, they are simply here to assist you in understanding all of the different processes that you have in your business. There's one other thing I'd like you to do prior to our next session, and that is to print the list of sample processes for this key function, and then to consider what are all of the processes that happen in your business that go on behind the scenes. What are all of your processes for administration, finance, HR, IT? What are all of the processes that are happening behind the scenes? So now we're not talking about processes that are related to your clients. We're not talking about processes that are related to sales or processes that are related to managing the business or guiding the business. Just the processes that are going on behind the scenes. There's a link in the email to a list of sample processes for this key function. If you download the spreadsheet, you'll be able to open it. It will look something like this. The processes listed here will be organized in the 4 subfunctions that I've just had you create. In fact, there's actually one additional subfunction called financial management. Feel free to create that one as well if you choose. If you could print this spreadsheet, that'd be great. It really helps to have this available when we're meeting. Be sure to reach out if you have any questions. Talk soon.